should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? I'm gonna defend her. I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Huh? Why? Why? Well... Someone else is the culprit. I want to find out. You aren't the culprit, someone else is. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer, but there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. The witness's strange behaviour, was that all an act? And the way the lawyer refused to help out Maya. Sam is winning all the stars indeed. There's no star or fire effect on his little avatar. That's interesting. I wonder why that is, because I've never seen that happening before. It's because you're not special. We're all special in our own way, Sam. Okay? Yours is just yet to show itself. Yeah, more than that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing's more sad or more lonely than that. Yeah, I've noticed as well, yours doesn't have it as well. I wonder what that is then. That must be something that they've updated, because it did run an update on this last week. Very weird. I know. I've been there a long, long time ago. Oh, we got a little flash of his past then. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me. That's so kind of you. Oh. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here. Right, thank you. Phew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right? Yes! And I trust you. So, you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside the strange woman's drawer? It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there. Alright. So we've got nothing yet on this. Maybe we can ask about these people? No, we can't interact with those. Oh, try present. I can only present evidence, not talk about people. Let's try going back to the law officer thing. So we've already talked to her about everything. Looks like Detective Gunshoe has gone home. The police are still keeping themselves busy in the chief's office. No one has time to talk to me, I guess. I guess I'll head out. Same potted plant, I guess I'll have to water it now. Maybe we have to go back to the hotel room? Doesn't the log say the clock had papers? Did you look in it? I don't think you can, actually. I keep getting the wrong buttons. No, there's no option to look in it. But the log did say there would be papers in it, but the beginning cutscene we saw did say something about the guy who killed her was like, the reason he picked the statue up was because he knew the papers were in there. He took them out and then he killed her. So I don't think there's any papers in there now. The fact that we've checked that would give us an option to then check that as well, but it hasn't. So my guess is it's empty. Right, so go to the hotel. Let's see if we can get into that room. Oh, the bellboy. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I'm the bellboy of the establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Aerokai. There we go. Aerokai, thank you very much for that new follow. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like in this person's room without knowing whether I'm supposed to be here or not. You're a terrible bellboy. Hi! Welcome to the channel. Wait, no, hey. I think he's mistook me for a client. I think that's what that happened there. He was like, I'm just going to make a discreet exit now, sir. Champagne's right there. Enjoy yourself. Bye. Yes. Why does it seem like every time I come in here I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. I almost forgot. Oh! You came back so quickly. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there's a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Co-op phoned. Mr. White. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Co-op? Where have I heard that name before? Yes, White. That was his name, my sister told me. So that was the name of the guy who was supposedly up for murder and got off. That was the name that her mother pointed to. So, White was the name of the guy who ruined... that was the guy who at least leaked that she was being used as a medium. Could it be a coincidence? Let's have a look. There's a screwdriver sticking out of the half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? They tried to disassemble the phone. Okay, I'm going to call it right now. What happened is this guy, Mr. White, probably went into Maya's office, tried to install a wiretap to find out where this evidence was, but then maybe Mia showed up and spoiled his, his whole thing. So he just wrecked the place, found what he was looking for, and killed her anyway. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Added to the court record, because this will totally be admissible as evidence. Picked up by a random lawyer from someone else's place without a search warrant, yeah. Definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have done... why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright. I'll be using this piece of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, what? I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy? Still there? Time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. So we save our progress to this point? Yes. Cool. Okay, guys, I think that's a good place to take our first break. So, hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I've already done that. September 7th, 10 AM, District Court Room number 1. Here we go. The big day of the trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss May Fay. Miss Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh, this is Edgeworth. This is the hot shot. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I better not show any sign of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant. This case annoys you? Oh dear. I'm gonna be in for a good time then, am I? Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Ms. Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Look at him, he looks so clueless, poor lad. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Is this the first or second day? This is the first day of the trial. I think it's the second day of the case. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here. The cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. They don't know it's a clock, remember. It was heavy enough to have been a deadly weapon even in a girl's hands, sir. I mean, it is heavy. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling this thing a statue? The floor plan was added to the court record. Okay. Let's have a quick look at that. So that's the field of view, I guess. The big white V is the field of view that the witness would have had. I guess that's going to keep getting added to as time goes on, right? Let's have a look at these profiles again. Gifted prosecutor and a loose man will do anything to get a guilty verdict, and the bellboy at the Gatewater Hotel. I'm wondering if maybe if we call him as a witness, is he going to testify as to whether she was in the room at the time or not? That might be interesting. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Fay, who was found at the scene of the crime, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Okay, here we go. Testimony. Maya Fay's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. That's interesting. She described Maya. Thing is, she wasn't in the room at the time she was on the phone. She was in the other room. She was in the office, in the reception office. Because we saw her through the window on the phone to the police. We even heard her, so she must have had a window open or something. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. Right, we need to disprove that. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh, yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What? How did she get away with doing that in court? What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in any witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. Okay. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works a lot of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright. So we go back through the text. As soon as the call came in, he rushed to the scene. I'd like to press him on when the call came in. like, what time was that? Because the time of death states 9. This was well after, then it wouldn't be the exact moment, would it? Let's try. Who did you say you got the call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the crime scene. Okay. I pressed, not sure I did much though. Alchemist, hello. Phoenix is kind of a dunce, yeah. He is when I'm controlling him. Alright, so there were 2 people already there. Press everything, it's fine. Oh, cool, so it's not gonna... We're not gonna be able to press something and it's gonna be like, ah, you fucked up. Cool. There were 2 people already there. I mean... He already says who, so we don't need to press on that. And the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Faye. We had a witness describing her. Well, we already know who that was. The witness saw Miss Meyer at the very moment of the murder. Here we go. Hold just 1 second. Yeah. If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. It was said. It is known. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claims was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. She's very pink. Wait, he goes straight to scene and already has a witness? Yep. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claim, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Sorry. I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. There we go, we got it. Yeah, because it's this whole, you know, she saw it happening at the exact moment. She couldn't possibly have, because we know that's a lie. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. He didn't mention the note in her own blood. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Okay. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Okay, cool. So we know that. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Those glass shards could have been used to cut the finger, right? None of them had blood on them. How did she cut her own finger? She wouldn't have got a cut finger from being hit in the head. There would have been blood coming from the head. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Well, that's the point to press right there. Because... How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Autopsy report says, single blunt force trauma, death was instantaneous. I guess we can press as well on the whole prick of the finger thing, like who did that? Because there are glass shards right by the body. If we look at this, where the body was, those glass shards littered across are close by, right? But none of them had blood on them. So whoever did it, did so with something else. Maybe the screwdriver they were using to open up the phone for the wiretap. No prick. Oh, that's right. No, you're right. Sorry, yes, I'm assuming. He said there was blood on the finger. He didn't say that there was a cut. You're right. My mistake. But either way, time of death was instantaneous. She couldn't write her name of her killer if time of death was instantaneous. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about the vital piece of evidence the first time? Because he's a dumbass. I know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay. So, examine the scene of the crime with his own eyes, found a memo written on it, with a piece of paper next to the victim's body. The word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. There was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Do you find it a little odd the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you've got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinions on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear, the victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. I did that wrong. I shouldn't have pressed, I should have done the court record and then presented it. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Do we get to do it again? Yes. Good, thank God. I found the memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Yeah, that's what I meant to do. I pressed Q, but that's pressing rather than presenting. I've mixed up the mechanics. That was my fault. I mean, all this is pretty solid, so we don't need to press on any of that. What I should have done is press Tab to present, and then show the autopsy report. I did this wrong. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim Maya Fey wrote this note that she was accusing the defendant Maya Fey, not Mia, Mia. Mamma mia, Maya Mia. Oh my goodness. Let me go. That's really what you're saying. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? Well, not a dead woman. You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... No butting your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately couldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? The detective gave it to me, because I'm the lawyer, duh. When... it was the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. Oh, shit. Oh, no. How do I feel that this is going to be fabricated evidence? What?